For the first time, Minnesota voters will be voting in a presidential primary instead of a caucus. Absentee voting is already underway, but that can create some confusion as voters are choosing from candidates in a field that is still changing. One Maple Grove employee thought people needed an explainer. So on the way into the absentee voting room, this is what you'll find on the second floor of the Maple Grove Community Center. The signs explain how primaries work, including that voters will have to choose which party they'll be voting for in the primary. One feature Jamie Hansen is proud of is the sign that gets updated every time a candidate drops out of the race. That's important because votes for candidates who drop out will still go toward that candidate.
That may mean that some people want to wait till closer to the election to ensure that their candidate is still in the race.
Hansen says she's already gotten a number of compliments on the information display. The clerk's office is expecting more voters to come in and vote as primary day nears. The State of the Union is coming up on February 4th, and Congressman Dean Phillips extended an invitation to Brooklyn Park Mayor Jeffrey Lunde to attend. Aside from the Speaker, each member of Congress only gets to invite one person. Lunde says he's collaborated with Phillips on issues like Liberian DED status, light rail transit, and housing. The City Council will vote on approving Lunde's travel on Monday. A Brooklyn Park family's tragedy helped create an opportunity to send a group of local students to college.
Honestly, I just want to fight for people who are abused in the school system, students who deal with domestic and sexual violence within their home. So yeah, I just want to work with young students and women.
Emily Ellis is one of 5 seniors from the Osseo School District who received scholarships of $5,000 apiece Thursday night, courtesy of the Mo 123 Scholarship Fund. The scholarship was created in honor of Mustafa Saram, an alumnus of Park Center who contracted the flu and died in 2018 at the age of 41. Saram valued education, so his family established the scholarship as a way to honor his life on the anniversary of his death.
You know, we're not quite sure why he was taken so early, but we believe there's a reason behind it, and the best we can do is do something positive out of that, and I feel like we're on the right track.
This was the second annual Mo 123 Scholarship Awards banquet. Next year, board members hope to distribute $50,000 in scholarship money to students in the Osseo district. In the Robbinsdale district, students and their families got a lesson in doing good at the second annual night of service. The district's 3 schools with international baccalaureate programs worked together to host 13 do good service tables at Cooper High School last week. Students ages 5 to 18 could actively do something to give back.
Tonight, we're trying to get people to decorate luminaria bags. They like represent someone that you either lost to cancer or you want to honor.
One of the tenets of an IB program is action. Lakeview Elementary, Robbinsdale Middle, and Cooper High School all have IB programs. Frequent snow this week may have been a nuisance to some, but for some local residents, it came just in time for the state snow sculpting competition. I spoke to residents that were turning snowflakes into works of art. From every carve and chip and cut.
Oh, this is just coming off like butter.
Soon, this 8-foot cube of snow will be sculpted into a gorilla.
And we decided we'd start a theme with girls in science going forward. So this year we thought a gorilla would be awesome, so it's a tribute to Diane Fossey.
Shannon Johnson is part of the Snow Angels team. The team has competed in the Minnesota State Snow Sculpting Competition for 5 years.
I'm currently trying to saw into the block. We're trying to take off 3 feet of snow in the front and then 2 feet on the side.
All 13 teams competing will get 2.5 days to sculpt before being judged on Sunday.
We have to make our own tools or we don't get any power tools because this is not ice, this is snow.
Johnson says the game plan is to get rid of excess snow the first day and then work on details on the second and third day.
We're going to cut down to it, so.
Just across Johnson's team, you'll see competitors molding their block of snow
so 5
into Baby Yoda.
Just to show a little bit of animation, we've got him tipped up at about 20 degrees, and it'll be diagonal in the block.
Jason Moe from Golden Valley is confident they'll pull through, despite it being his team's first time snow sculpting.
We've got a vision of what we're going to be producing, and we've measured it up and modeled it in a CAD software in 3 dimensions, so got it all measured out.
And while sculptors labor away morning till dusk, it's clear hard work pays off, even without a win.
And at the end, it's always something awesome that you can be proud of, and everybody's is different. And you're like, oh my God, how do we all start with the same thing?
The award ceremony was held Sunday afternoon. First place winners will get $1,200 and a chance to go to nationals in Wisconsin next year. The annual Skate the Garden event in Plymouth got rescheduled due to frigid temperatures. The second time around, warmer temperatures delighted skaters of all ages.
And I heard it was delayed, I think this Monday, and I was pretty happy, so I just went.
It's really just kind of trying to take a frozen pond and make it a little more exciting in the summer and get another use for winter and get people outdoors.
We'll leave you with more from a beautiful night to skate the garden.
Football coach in the area is leaving the game. After 18 seasons as the head coach at Totino-Grace High School, Jeff Ferguson is retiring from coaching. Ferguson compiled 187 wins in those 18 seasons with just 35 losses. His Eagles teams won 8 state championships, including a Class 6A title win over Eden Prairie in 2016. In all, Ferguson has coached football for 42 seasons and says that the time was right for this decision.
You know that there's an end time, and I don't know that there's any science to it. It's maybe a gut feel. And at the end of the last several years, I've kind of thought, yeah, let's keep going. And I've had conversations also with my staff, just kind of get ready because there's an end time here, and I feel really good about where the program's at and also where it's going.
Longtime Eagles offensive coordinator Jay Anderson will take over as the team's head coach, and you can see more of our interview with Jeff Ferguson on our Sports Jam show starting Monday afternoon on CCX. Well, this week marked round 1 of the girls' basketball battles between Hopkins and Wayzata. Number 1 Hopkins was at home against number 2 Wayzata. And UConn women's head coach Gino Ariema and Gophers coach Lindsay Whalen among those in attendance. UConn signee Paige Beckers shows why she's one of the best players in the country. 21 first-half points for Beckers. But the Trojans come ready to play in this one. Annika Stewart, who's headed to Nebraska next year, nails a 3-pointer here. The next possession is Stewart from the corner as she scores 9 straight Wayzata points. The Trojans take a 35-32 lead into halftime. Hopkins comes back in the second half, though. Maya Naji gets free in the lane, scores, and is fouled. The sophomore scores 19 in the second half. Elena Contreras provides a spark off the bench for Hopkins. She scores 11 second-half points, including this 3, and the Royals go up by 10. Wayzata hangs in it, though. Jenna Johnson scores and is fouled as Johnson, Stewart, and Mara Braun combine for 72 points for Wayzata. The Trojans get as close as 3 with under 2 minutes left, but Naji scores here as the Royals win their 48th straight game. 87-77 is the final.
I know it's really important for us. I mean, the closest game after this would be 18 points, so I've been asking for a close game for a while now. I'd prefer the blowout, but it makes us learn a lot, and we're going to learn a lot from film, and it definitely gets us ready for March.
The Park Center girls basketball team was upset by Spring Lake Park in last season's Section 5 4A semifinals. The Pirates looked for a little revenge when they played the Panthers at the Target Center this week. Park Center has a 2-point lead in the final seconds of the first half when Adalia McKenzie hits a pro-range 3 for the Pirates. They take a 29-24 lead into halftime. Second half, and Park Center works the ball around to McKenzie, and she hits a three from the left wing. The Pirates' lead grows to 36-24. Then McKenzie comes up with a shot fake and drives the ball hard to the hoop for the layup on her way to a 49-point game. Park Center pulls away for an 80-55 win. The Armstrong boys basketball team is having a very good season. The Falcons shot for their 11th win of the year when they hosted Elk River this week. The Elks are in control in the first half. Parker Benny knocks down the three-pointer here. Then it's Liam Carr with a steal, and he goes all the way for a hoop and a 20-12 Elks lead. Sophomore Benny hits again from long distance, putting the Elks up 27-14. Armstrong battles back after a slow start, though. Adam Bewin finds Dylan Iniger at the top of the key, and he nails a three-pointer. Then Hezekiah Ayawe rips the ball loose to score. It's a 7-0 run to end the half. The Falcons are within 27-21. They continue the momentum in the second half. Ayawe gets the rebound and putback as Armstrong grinds out a 52-45 win.